Good afternoon, everybody. Here's a look at your headlines on this Wednesday afternoon. Time is running out for Congress to approve a new spending bill. Plus, Prichard residents are being warned against drinking the water. And a wrongful death lawsuit filed against a mayoral candidate. Let's begin News 5 now.
Brought to you by Green & Phillips, covering news from your neighborhood and around the world. News 5 Now starts right now.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to News 5 Now. So glad you're with me on this Wednesday afternoon. I'm Devin Walsh. Let's get right to our big stories at this hour. Number 5, the clock is ticking for Congress to send a spending bill to the president's desk in order to avert a partial government shutdown this Friday. The GOP-led House narrowly approved a continuing resolution to maintain spending levels yesterday, sending the bill over to the Senate, where it must get 60 votes to pass. Number 4, Bay Minette police arrested a man after he allegedly started a fire inside a Shell gas station. 26-year-old Mark Palmer is accused of setting the Shell gas station on Highway 59 on fire Monday night. Witnesses said Palmer walked in, set his t-shirt on fire under the chip rack, and watched it burn until the flames hit the ceiling. Fire Chief Mike Minshew says Palmer was waiting outside when first responders arrived. He faces arson, reckless endangerment, and drug charges. Number 3, people in Prichard are getting notices that their drinking water has failed a quality test. According to the letter, the water had higher levels of a chemical used to clean water. Hattie Webb is one of several Prichard Water Board customers who received the notice in the mail. She said that the note at the bottom of the letter said those exposed to higher levels of a chemical could experience health problems, including an increased risk of cancer. John Young, the court-appointed receiver of the Prichard Water Board, says he's aware of the issue and has money from the Alabama Department of Environmental Management to fix it. Number 2. A Saraland High School graduate is one of 3 suspects charged in connection to a fraternity hazing incident that killed a student at Southern University in Louisiana. Kyle Thurman, who graduated from Saraland High School in 2017, is charged with criminal hazing. Officials say Thurman and 2 other members of Omega Psi Phi fraternity, Isaiah Smith and Kayla McCrae, punched Southern University pledges with boxing gloves at a warehouse off campus February 26th. The pledges were punched 4 times in the chest. One of the pledges, Caleb Wilson, was hit by McCrae and began seizing and became unresponsive. Authorities say Smith drove Wilson to a hospital where he was pronounced dead. And number 1, the family of a man shot and killed by Mobile police in 2023 is renewing its legal battle against the city. Court records show the family of Cordell Jones filed a civil wrongful death lawsuit against the city and former police chief Paul Prine last month. They claim the department is responsible for Jones' death because they did not help him after officers shot him during an early morning search warrant at his home on Charles Street. Officers were looking for Jones' brother, who was being investigated for stealing 2 guns. Last year, Jones' family filed a $100 million federal lawsuit against the city and the police department. And that is a look at our big stories at this hour. Okay, everybody, it is time for our question of the day. We're talking basketball because we love some March Madness around here. So our question of the day has to do with the NCAA tournament. Should the NCAA men's and women's basketball tournaments expand beyond 68 teams? So should the tournament expand beyond 68 teams? What you think? No, big enough as they are. Lynn says half the field doesn't even belong now. No, it's fine where it is, Jared said. If you add mediocre teams, it dilutes the product. Nope, keep it where it is, says David. Nope. We are already worried that the number 69 team was left out and had a legit shot. Stop it already. 4 weeks is enough to determine the best. Brian says, no, no, no. Matthew says, why mess with perfection? Absolutely not. Nope, NCAA will do what it pleases. Don't care, says Larry. Okay, so most of you, it sounds like, are saying leave it alone. Don't add any more teams into it. 68 is enough. And of course, some of our newscasts will be preempted as we get towards the end of the March Madness for some of the big games. So make sure you stay tuned for that. All right, now we're going to talk about a topic that is probably your least favorite. I know it's mine, taxes. All right, have you filed your taxes? That's our poll of the day. Have you filed your taxes? We want to know. We're just wondering if we've got a lot of early birds out there or whether you guys are just late getting it done. So yes or no, that's your answer for our poll about taxes. You can comment if you want. Waiting on paperwork, no. Holding out to the last minute. So let us know if you've gotten that taken care of, yes or no. And then we'll actually tell you the results of that poll later today on News 5 Now. So if you want to participate in the poll, answer our question of the day, whatever you want to do, go to WKRG's Facebook page or WKRG.com. All right, everybody, that's going to do it for me on this edition of News 5 Now. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you back tonight for WKRG News 5 at 5 o'clock.
Covering news from your neighborhood and around the world. You are watching News 5 Now, brought to you by Green & Phillips.